Hi Sam. I'm so glad to see you today. Are you ready for another exciting word?
Hi Alex. Yes, I'm ready. What word are we learning today?
Today's word is
Freund.
which means friend in English.
Oh, I like that word. Is it used in many different ways?
Yes, it is. The most common meaning is simply friend, but it can also refer to a boyfriend. However, be careful, there's a false friend in English that sounds similar but means something different.
What do you mean by false friend?
A false friend is a word that looks or sounds similar in two languages but has different meanings. For example, the English word friendly doesn't equate to
Freundlich.
in German, which means kind.
That's interesting. Can you tell me more about the grammar of
Freund,
Sure.
Freund.
Is a masculine noun, so it uses the article.
Der.
The plural form is.
Freunde.
You can remember that it's masculine because it ends in a consonant.
So, if I wanted to say friends, I would say
Freunde,
Exactly. In the present tense, you can say
Ich habe einen Freund.
which means I have a friend. In the past tense, you would say
Ich hatte einen Freund.
for the prateritum. And in the perfect, it's
Ich habe einen Freund gehabt.
got it. Can you give me an example of using it in the imperative?
of course. You could say
Sei ein guter Freund.
which means be a good friend.
I love how the language works. Where does the word
Freund,
come from?
Freund.
Comes from the old High German word,
Front.
which means to love or to enjoy. It has evolved over time but kept a similar meaning related to friendship and affection.
That's fascinating. I didn't know that about the history.
Now let's break down the word.
Freund.
It doesn't really have a prefix or suffix, but you can think of it as the root itself. The root has a strong connection to love and companionship.
So, it's a standalone word.
Yes, it is. Unlike compound words, where you can separate them.
Freund.
Stands alone. But it's good to remember that words can have layers of meaning.
Can you give me some similar words?
Sure. Here are some examples. First, with the same root, we have
Freundschaft.
which means friendship. Then, we have
Freundlich.
meaning friendly.
What about other similar words?
Good question. With the same suffix, we have
Kind.
meaning child and
Kindheit.
meaning childhood. For compounds, there's
Freundeskreis.
which means circle of friends.
Freundeskreis,
Is like a group of friends.
Exactly. And you could also say,
Freundschaftsangebot.
meaning friendship offer. Another example could be,
Freundschaftsspiel.
which means friendly match.
Wow, that's a lot of words.
Let's practice some real-life situations where you might use
Freund.
Okay.
Imagine you are at a party, and you want to introduce your friend. You could say,
Das ist mein Freund.
can you try repeating that?
Das ist mein Freund.
Perfect. Now, what if you wanted to ask someone if they want to be your friend?
I would say,
Willst du mein Freund sein?
Exactly. Great job. Lastly, if you want to say goodbye to a friend, you could say,
Tschüss, mein Freund.
Tschüss, mein Freund.
this is fun.
to help you remember the gender of.
Freund.
Remember that it ends in a consonant. Masculine nouns often have this pattern. You could imagine a strong male figure representing friendship.
That's a helpful image.
Now, let's talk about some usage notes.
Freund.
Is informal, typically used among peers. Some common phrases are
Mein bester Freund.
meaning my best friend and
Freunde finden.
which means to make friends.
Are there any other words that are similar but different?
Yes. Be careful with
Freund.
and.
Bekannter. Bekannter.
Means acquaintance, which is not as close as a friend.
Can you share some example sentences with?
Freund.
Sure. Here are a few.
Mein Freund ist hier.
Means my friend is here. Another one is
Ich habe viele Freunde.
meaning I have many friends. Then you could say
Ist mein bester Freund.
for he is my best friend.
Those are helpful.
And one more.
Wir haben gestern gefeiert.
Translates to we celebrated yesterday.
I think I'm getting it. Can we do a quick recall check?
Absolutely. First question, what is the plural form of?
Freund.
Freunde.
Correct. Next, what does
Freundlich.
mean?
Friendly.
Great. Third question, how do you say be a good friend in German?
Sei ein guter Freund.
Perfect. Fourth question, where does the word
Freund.
come from?
It comes from Old High German, right?
Right again. Last question, what is a false friend related to?
Freund.
Oh. Is it friendly?
Yes. You did an amazing job, Sam. To wrap up, today's word is
Freund.
meaning friend. Remember its usage and keep practicing those example sentences.
Thanks, Alex. I really enjoyed this lesson.
I'm glad to hear that. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you next time.